All Creek Concrete Placement LLC, serving Hudson Valley, New York, with a wide variety of services, including installation and repair of driveways, garage floors, patios, sidewalks, walkways, and stairs, stamped concrete, color, seal, and epoxy. All Creek is fully insured, 27 years of service. Contact today to get your quote. Ladies and gentlemen, a brand new place is coming to get your haircuts at, called House of Barbers, located at 3434 North Road, Poughkeepsie, New York, in between Rhinebeck Savings Bank and Applebee's, across the way from Marist College. Contact Sal at House of Barbers HV on Instagram. Make your appointments today, June of 2023. House of Barbers.
It's finally TV, but you don't need cable or sling to see me. Black on his soapbox, Gabe in his bag. Let out some real black ink, load the 9 with the mag. First take, the last take, we can juggle the top. Like a barber with the clips, the way we talk in the shop. And since life was like a movie, we gon' stick to the plot. That's why we sponsored by the brand and scrape the white off the top. Get it? That means we dope. So I'ma need my brothers and sisters to stay woke. And we gon' lace the product with facts and straight jokes. The voice of the valley is here to spread hope. Supports a steep slope. They gon' have to let me cook. I don't know how to stop. From the culture to the music, anything else hot. Catch us every Tuesday once you step in the house. Cause all they really wanna know, what we talking about. I'm out.
Oh, and here we go. Another episode of What We Talking About. Yes, indeedy. Welcome back to another episode of What We Talking About. You already know who it is. It's your boy Gabriel. If you don't know me, you're gonna want to know me. Get next to me. And as always, I am joined by my co-host extraordinaire, King Blackout himself. How you doing, good sir?
Shit.
Here we are on a Tuesday, feeling good. It's hot outside. Definitely in the middle of summer right now. My car was telling me it was about 90-something degrees on my way home. Thunderstorms came in, cooled things down a little bit. But Black, how was your day? How was your week, man?
Chill. Yo. Hold on, let me fix my shit right quick. Hold on.
Listen, we out here trying to do a show. All right, listen. For everybody out there, make sure you hit that like, hit that share for me. You already know what to do. Say hello in them comments, even if you're just stopping by for a quick moment. I always appreciate that. Shout out to everybody who tunes in, for everybody who interrupts. I love it. Let's go. Let's get it. Black, you was gonna tell us how your week was, sir. What's going on?
It's The Rock.
It's the Where'd you go to?
It's been good, bro. What's up?
What, you went to the museum or something? You went down to Book O?
It's The Rock.
You was down there. What up, Angie? Angie in the building.
Super producer, Big Ange.
You know what I'm saying?
I was good. I had a good week, bro. How was your week?
My week was good, man. Eventful at work, as always. Kept me real busy. Definitely enjoyed the weekend, just chilling with Angie. Got some pool time in on Saturday with the dogs, just kind of chilling. After a bunch of yard work and getting things right, you know, it's like that's the reward. It's like I work hard, I get sweaty, you know what I mean? I'm doing mad things. I'm like basically working out in the yard, and then the reward is just to fall in the pool. That's basically that's how that goes. So
got you.
You know, so nothing wrong with that. I sat down for like a good hour and a half with a drill with a brush extension on it, getting in my wheels, like cleaning out my wheels and getting them all right and getting in the little crevices.
You had the drill on you?
I had the drill on me.
At the like the blade?
I had the drill on me with the big time bullet brush. Bullet brush. You heard me?
Look, we're not using these no more. We just gonna get real raw.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, you had the thing?
I had the thing like
all right.
Yo, what's up? Dashia Wallace in the building. What's going on, Sierra? Listen, For everybody tuning in from across the whole world, I want to say thank you. I want to say shout out to the Village Global Network. I want to say shout out to Cuzzo FM. I want to say shout out to Wapter Music, Culture Shock Radio, and the Tattoo Shop Radio, all powered by Zeno.fm. We out here getting sent around the world to 117 countries every Tuesday at noon. So if everybody listening to this on the playback, salute to you. And remember, if you want to get live content right away, right here, right now, you can tune in every Tuesday, Facebook, YouTube, Finally TV. As a matter of fact, today I have started streaming on Twitch. Hello, Finally TV.
That's what's up.
You know what I'm saying?
So, like, when do I get my piece of that?
I don't know. As soon as we start making some bread, you get all the pieces.
Yeah, that ain't how this work, bro. Listen.
Listen. Yo.
Listen. I ain't never seen no actor say, as soon as you sell tickets, then I'm gonna do your movie. Like, nah. Where my bag at, Gabe?
I think it's like right behind you. We just can't see it right now. It's probably behind that big ass green screen you got, but it's right there. It's on the floor, just waiting for you to pick it up. Yo, listen, shout out to Angie for reminding me. I did an interview on yesterday, actually, and with the battle rapper named Real Talk, who's been around for a minute. He's been around since like 2010 or so in the battle rap scene, was on Grind Time and all that. He's from Syracuse, lives over in Buffalo. Real cool dude, but got onto one of the biggest cards of the year going down in Cali. His name is Real Talk. That was a dope conversation. You go check out my Instagram and check out that conversation. I'm actually, what's going on, Shaw? We got Rec Boys in the building. You already know what it is on Wednesday, 7 p.m. right here on Facebook and YouTube. But yeah, this GTX card is the Battle of the Bay going down, and this dude Disaster is the one putting everything together. And, I'm trying to make some things happen, and we'll see what goes down. But on Thursday, I'm interviewing Hussein, who is from New York. Do you know who Hussein is?
Yep.
Yeah, tap in with me on Instagram, 8:30 on Thursday. Me and Hussein going to have a nice conversation about his matchup that he's got going on. He's battling a kid named Fate. I never heard of Fate before. So I'm rooting for home team all day. But yeah, tap into my IG on Thursday, 8:30. I think y'all will like that. And hopefully the third piece of this puzzle comes in and it would make it extraordinary. But yeah, check that out. But yeah, I had an interesting week, man. That's how this week culminated, from Tuesday to Tuesday. Yesterday, I ended up doing that, talking to dude for like an hour. I thought it was gonna be like a 15-minute thing. And we ended up just like kicking in, just talking battle rap and talking about, style clashes and talking about matchups and predictions and all that. So if you like battle rap, go ahead, check that out. Man, what an interesting time it is now, Black. I'm looking at my phone and I see all of our subjects, that we had to talk about. And there was one subject that you had that you wanted to talk about. Let's set it off with that, because I think it's not going to get woven into what we're talking about for the rest of the day with the young lady and her shenanigans. Yo, what's going on, Monster in the building?
You was mad excited, bro.
Yeah, I'm excited when Monster comes. Yo, I used to see Monster and talk to Monster every day. Then Monster stopped being my friend, and now I only see him virtually on Facebook.
That's what's up.
So, so
if it makes you feel, I appreciate that, Monster. If it makes you feel any better. I had on a green shirt today, and then when I turned my camera on, all you could see was like this black floating head. It wasn't a good look. So what I mean, I hit the abracadabra presto changeo and had to pull out the red because I look like a weird thing just floating here on the screen, bro.
For everybody listening in MP3 world, all across the world, it's true, because when we stream this and we got this video going, we both got green screens up, and it's true. I put on a shirt one day, I came down, and same thing, Black. I was this weird stick, like these weird sticks, right, and like a head just floating around. It was really weird, bro. Spooky. Listen,
let's talk about Carly though.
Yeah, let's talk about Little Miss Thing.
Yeah.
Why?
Carly's famous because she first name now. We all know her. So if y'all know who Carly is, he must have been under a rock somewhere. But I'll tell you, Carly's that girl who was chasing toddlers on the highway allegedly, and got kidnapped for 2 days allegedly, and then showed up at her parents' house because she had escaped.
Right. The escape part's the best part.
By the way, she escaped twice. The first time they caught her and brought her back. Second time, she got away. So I've been watching the Hoover Police because they've been social mediaing it up.
Mm-hmm.
And
they're having fun with this now.
She don't told everybody she lied. She lied, bro. I'm sorry. She made a mistake that she gonna learn from. But it was all a hoax. She just wanted to slide for 2 days with somebody else.
So when that happens, because she didn't implicate anybody, right?
Nope.
No, right? So like in this scenario, there's no like legal ramification here, right?
It's a crime what she did.
It is a crime what she did.
It is a crime. Yes.
So I kind of wanted to eat that a little bit just for playing with the game.
Wait, you want her to get the full extent of the law?
No, not the full extent, but I think she should get. I think she should feel a little agita. She shouldn't get away scot-free like she did nothing wrong. So
like, extreme situations, people have been known to have to pay for the time of the people who's doing that. So if the department spent $100,000 in resources, they had a helicopter looking for your body, all kind of shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they'll go ahead and drop that bill in your lap. Like, that's you. Go ahead and eat that. Some shit they know you can't recover from. You feel me?
Right.
I think filing a false report and shit like that, it's like 6 months.
But who filed the report?
She did.
She filed it?
Yeah, she lied. When she came home, I was kidnapped.
Oh,
she said that.
Oh, got you. Okay,
she ain't show up home and be like, "I'm here, it's cool." She said, "No, I was kidnapped."
Right. Okay, right. Now it's playing out right in my head. So if everybody else that wasn't playing out right, there you go. Now we made the revelation. Right. So when she comes home and said, "Oh, this is my second attempt, but I made it home. Somebody kidnapped me."
Facts.
That at that point, when she went to the cops, that's the crime.
It ain't her fault that she got missing for 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
No, let me say that back. No, the crime started when she lied because she called the cops on herself. Said she saw a boy walking down the highway and then screamed. She was talking to police and then pretended that she got kidnapped. So it ain't even just when she came home; it's when she left. She had already broke the law.
Ay. I don't respect it, Black. I don't respect it.
Yeah.
It's trash. And
she set us back 40 years. You know how hard it is for Black people to get the cops to act right towards them, to search for them, protect them, not shoot them. You set us back 40. It's 1983. We just stopped listening to hippie music. The boys just came home from the war.
Do you like? It's interesting you bring up that perspective, right? So me being, for everybody who don't know who's listening to MP3 land, I'm Puerto Rican. I consider myself of the brown community. Blackout is all types of things over there, but you relate with the Black community, right?
Because I'm Black, but go ahead.
Right, but listen, but you many things are like Asian, all types of weird shit. All right, so anyway,
it's just Black.
But coming from us, right? With that perspective, are you offended at that behavior and her doing that?
Super offended. Super offended.
Right. Like, it's like the more I'm sitting here just like digesting it, it's like it's not angering me, but it's like it's making me shake my head on the inside, man. Like, why? But not just for what Monster's saying, like you're doing it for the fame. That's them. Like you, like what you just said. You really are. You really trying to make us look a type of way out here.
We've been set back. That's 40 years right here. I say that facetiously. Go look it up. That's the word of the day. But also seriously. Like, bruh, you know how many people go missing every day in the world? Women, men, children.
You're playing with a real game.
A real game, right? People go missing all the time. So for your happy old jolly-go-lucky black ass
Mm-hmm.
to pretend to be getting snatched up because you was looking for a toddler just so you can slide off for the weekend
And not get in trouble with your folks or whatever you was doing. Whatever responsibility you didn't want at that time so that somebody else had to do it so you could go fuck around. Yeah,
just say I wanted to be with Jimmy. Like, don't call the cops and pretend to get kidnapped.
Just say I ain't shit. I ain't about shit.
So
I'm
like,
done with it. People are crazy. Shout out Matt.
Back, bro. 40 years.
Talking out with podcasts in the building. Go ahead.
And the crazy part is, bro, even if she got a fine and did, I don't know, 90 days in county, she famous now.
Mm-hmm.
She gonna be up here at Jay-Z's in like a year doing a walkthrough for 10 bands. This is how stupid the world is. She famous.
That's a big fact, man.
She's
sad
famous.
It's sad that it's really like that, but it is like that, man. Ay.
Remember Shiggy, the guy who did a little Shiggy dance to the Drake song?
Mm-hmm.
Remember we had him up here doing the Shiggy dance during the pandemic? That happened.
Mm-hmm.
Got me in my feelings. He was doing his little dance. He was making bands, just traveling around the country, dancing for 10 seconds.
What am I doing out here? I'm the one who's dumb. I'm the one that I don't get it. I'm the one who don't get it. Like,
if my big black ass get kidnapped, don't nobody give a fuck. Listen. Let me be in the that nigga be all right.
Yeah, he big like that. He don't give a fuck now. Yeah,
he gonna show up soon. He be all right. I be dead somewhere in a fucking ditch. Motherfucking Carly done fucked up the church's money.
Yo,
do better.
Big facts. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good on that, man. I'm good on that. Listen, shout out to Nicki Minaj, man. You know, sometimes you do things in life and you set yourself up for a great success later, not even realizing the play that's coming. You know what I'm saying? And for her and her nation of fans and supporters to be the Barbs, and for this Barbie movie to come out, man, it has greatly affected the stream numbers for one Nicki Minaj, where her stuff is up like I think they said like 12 or 13% over, like it just jumped out of nowhere. That's dope, man. So shout out to Nicki and the Barbs and her getting some run and some play on her older stuff. But yeah, did you hear that too? That the Barbie movie pushed her up a little bit?
All y'all middle-aged motherfuckers going to watch this Barbie movie. Shame on you.
Even the girls, they grew up with this stuff.
Shame. You 40.
My sister had that. You
had 40 wearing pink, talk about I'm a Barbie girl. Fuck out of here. Shame. Shame. Listen, bro. Watching Margot Robbie, watching two 45-year-old actors play these roles, it's cringe. It's cringy. And this movie just made $350 million this past week.
Yeah,
$350 million globally. That is nuts.
And help Nicki get 10-12% more than she was getting.
Shame on you. Listen, bro, I seen men talk about going to watch Barbie. With who? Your girl? Nah. Me.
Nah.
Solo.
They would have to say pause after for me. Well, I'm gonna think something.
And you know, yo, monster, you right. I also heard it's pretty good. Guess when I'm gonna see it? Never.
Yeah. What's Angie saying?
Peacock in 6 months.
But the fashion alone and the publicity tours was fire. Yeah, no, I know. They did a great job with the movie. I knew it was coming. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want nothing to do with a Barbie doll. Although I will say
45-year-old men and women watching Barbie. Shame.
Angie said, but if it was G.I. Joe, the fact is that they did G.I. Joe and it just didn't hit like this.
Yeah, it was trash because we knew better.
It didn't hit like this. No, but shout out to because I'm not stupid. Probably across the world. It couldn't have been just in the States. Maybe it was.
No, it was 100 and what? 50 million in the States.
And then everywhere else was 2. Everywhere else
180 globally. Everywhere else. Yeah, it's like 330, 330, 340.
I ain't gonna lie, man. I ain't gonna lie. When I was a kid, Barbie was the other toy, bro. If you was a girl,
I know.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It was Transformers or G.I. Joe and Barbie, bro. And
Facts.
Barbie outlasted everybody. Like
That
she was there before them, and then she lasted past them.
I'm not mad at it. I understand.
I know why they did it. Yeah.
That
Of course.
Barbie was so big, right? And I also get the nostalgia play. That's the reason why the actors are in their 40s. It's a nostalgia play.
It is.
Because if they would have cast some 20-year-olds,
it's my generation. Yeah.
Yeah, we would. The older folks wouldn't have watched it.
Right.
So I get it, but nah. And then the whole branding of putting it with Oppenheimer, which ain't got shit to do with Barbie, and calling it Barbenheimer. It's crazy because Oppenheimer made like 80 million this weekend. Oppenheimer's the type of movie that gets made and it's out the theaters in 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
People don't go watch a 3-hour documentary basically about making a bomb. There's no war, there's no action. The end is a CG explosion, and then it's over.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's 3 hours of just them talking about making a bomb. And that shit did $80 fucking million. By the way, y'all, Shazam didn't do that.
Angie's talking crazy about Transformers. The nerve.
This is crazy.
How can you talk? Listen, grown ass men watching Transformers is normal to me. I'm sorry. But that's a guy. I don't know, man. My only issue with what Black was saying is the guys who went and saw it by themselves.
That's not weird to you?
That's weird to me.
Right.
That's the part that's weird to me.
Yeah.
Everything else I get. Like, I get why it blew up because I feel like girls always go and support what they love more than guys do anyway.
Sure. I just don't expect to see 45-year-old women acting like they're 12.
But I understand it though, because that was the toy when they were a kid.
I get it, bro, but like
that was the toy. For a girl. All
right, let me rephrase that. Let me put it in context. You go to your job,
Barbie movie,
and your vice president, your director of marketing, your CEO comes work that Friday, dressed in pink like a Barbie. I'm going to the Barbie movie. Your respect for them just drops 25 levels. Am I wrong?
Right.
Yo, Gabe, you go to work and your GM walks in and goes, I'm going to the Barbie movie, dressed in all pink. What you saying? Man, this motherfucker.
Hold up. I am the GM.
You know what?
So if the owner walked in,
you know what I mean, Gabe.
I would be like, yeah, no, you can go ahead with that. I'm not going to see Barbie. That's no for me. That would make me let you think about who I associate myself with, the him, her, they shit. You know what I'm saying? Nah, man, I'm not going to see Barbie. I don't care that there was a Ken. I don't care. Ken was feminine. He had no dick and balls. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's
no
weird.
Dick and balls. None.
You know what I'm saying?
2 women and one looked like a dude. That's it.
Yeah, you know? Yo, shout out to the people. Shout out to the have-nots, man. We know the have-nots very well. And Angie grew up with Bibby Bo. She couldn't have no Barbie, so she had Bibby Bo, and that was the Greek cheap version of Barbie. All right, so shout out to the have-nots, man. We already know. We with you. We rock with you, Angie. Can't wait for the Lego Barbie movie. Monster says, our man Levels take a dip in this situation.
They really gonna make this a franchise. I'm about to see 50-year-old Margot Robbie being a Barbie doll.
Nah, man,
nothing about that sounds appealing. Like, what the hell?
Nah, I don't like that part. I don't like that part at all. Listen, shout out to the Barbie movie. Shout out to the creators and the actors and all that stuff, man. I hope that this whole thing is worked out with the actors and the writers and this whole thing and able to get what they want. What's interesting?
Good for them.
Yeah, no, good for them. What's interesting about that whole fight is that now they're on it with the whole, getting paid for per stream thing. Now they're the ones in tune with that now, right?
Right.
I think there's a good time for music to get on board and unite and get it done.
See, the problem is we already doing that. The DSPs already do that. It's just that the ratio is so fucked up.
Yeah. Per play to pay, right? Right. That's what they're fighting for, Black. That's what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying?
They're not wrong.
That's why I think they should all band together and just say, yo, let's do this all at the same time. You know, that's what I'm saying.
That's what they've done.
They need to do more. They need to really unify, because this is writers and actors, not the music people.
Oh, you saying musicians to join them?
Yeah,
they're not part of that union though. It's a whole different union.
It's 2023, bro. A lot of things don't exist.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying?
I hear you.
But like that, I mean, now's the time. Now this, because like, yo, you got people who are very intelligent who never gave thought to this type of thing, and now they are.
Right.
So the ideas that could come out of this probably be very fruitful for everybody if everybody's just paying attention. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, it's an interesting time. So shout out to them, shout out to Barbie, shout out to Nikki for getting it on like that. I appreciate people just going back and listening to her stuff, and the Barb's going crazy. But yo, not everybody is having fun right now. You heard Lil Baby had to cancel his shows because he ain't had no ticket sales, or low ticket sales, unexpectedly low ticket sales. Does that surprise you that he had to cancel some shows? No, it doesn't to me either, man. Are we bad people? Are we haters? Or are we just realists and it just is what it is for now?
I think our reasons might be different. So
Mhm.
why do you think he got low sales? Because I
think
know why I think he got low sales. But why do you think he's getting low sales now?
I just think that he's just not out there in the forefront right now.
That's
What I'm
crazy.
saying?
See, I
And
figured you was going that route. Nah, he outside.
he could be outside, but he's not. I'm telling you, he's not shaking the world right now. And I think right now
He's got
people
3
are,
singles in the top 40. What you talking about?
yeah, but Black, I'm not seeing him like that is what I'm
You're
saying.
not checking. You're
And
not
when I'm
checking
not,
when you post it.
when
you on
I'm not
TikTok?
when I'm not seeing them at all, that means that they are not doing something right.
That's
Because
not how that works.
I am kind of scouting, and I
Are
should
you on
be seeing.
TikTok? Are you on
No,
TikTok?
no.
That's where the music breaks. I keep explaining that to you. That's what, if you want to know what's, no, seriously, if you want to know what's hot,
Shout out Ninja Turtles.
go to TikTok.
All right. So I'm going to say the reason is not him. I'm going to say that the reason is people. And I just think people are being a little extra picky about what they're willing to go and conjugate at nowadays. I really do. I think smaller venues are going to be the move for a while, even for big name artists, because you're going to want to pack out 500 person place rather than having a 7,500 person place capacity and only selling 1,000 tickets. It's going to feel way better to sell, 550 tickets at a spot that's 700 people. That's what I think. But what do you think? You tell me.
He was touring. If you talk about artists and music right now popping, Lil Baby's probably in the top 10, but he's probably like 9th or 10th. And that's good. I mean, on the planet, like big artists touring. The problem is that he's touring against the greatest touring acts of all time. Lil Baby didn't start with low sales. The low sales started once the fucking El Nino, once the storm of the century gathered. He's touring while Taylor Swift and Beyonce and Travis Scott are all on tour. That's why he's suffering. Those are the 3 highest touring acts of the 21st century. In that order: Taylor, Beyonce, Travis Scott, who, by the way, his last tour went fucking diamond. Like the man sold out everything. They're all touring right now. And Lil Baby is feeling the decline in sales. By the way, I left out the one rapper that's bigger than him who just stopped his tour.
Who,
right?
Drake?
No, Lil Durk was also on tour.
Oh, Durk was on, yeah.
Durk was also on tour, and he just stopped his tour due to exhaustion. But the reality is, even his numbers was dwindling because Beyonce and Taylor Swift and Travis is on the road. So what's happening is they're all competing, and we can't all afford $1,000 tickets. And literally, that's not my opinion. Those are the 3 biggest touring acts on the planet: Taylor, Beyonce, and Travis Scott. You can't compete.
It's great information and a great observation by you. So that's a great point. And Monster's echoing what you just said. Entertainment's becoming expensive, and I think you have to pick and choose what you go to. It's happening with artists and other genres that normally sell well. And it just piggybacks what you just said and puts a nice little underscore on everything you just said. You know what I mean?
You got to wait till next year, bro. Nobody trying to hear Lil Baby when Beyonce and Taylor outside, and Travis, who ain't dropped the album in 5 years, is outside with the Utopia tour. Like it's just bananas for those artists, and those is literally the biggest touring artists on the planet.
But
it's crazy.
Let me ask you this, and you might not know, and it's okay if you don't. Are the Taylor Swift fans the same Lil Baby fans?
Yeah, there's crossover.
There is.
Yeah,
a lot?
there is
a lot.
I wouldn't say the majority, but there is, and what I would say is that little black boys ain't the ones spending $1,000 to go to a Lil Baby concert. It's middle class white girls and boys. Yeah,
Sure thing.
the
Miguel
demos
still
in these
sticks to me.
concerts is not us. Even if we're the artist, that's not who's buying those tickets. Can't afford it. It's always been how well do you cross over? Travis Scott was the first artist to do a concert in Fortnite. That's what made him blow up. He was the first rapper to get in Fortnite, the first personality to have his likeness put in Fortnite. Fortnite is gaming for people under 15, right?
Yeah.
And it made him huge. That's why he
Yeah.
didn't have to do an album in 5 years. It made him huge. So him being back outside, yes, it's little white girls and little white boys going to see Travis Scott. Absolutely.
Gotcha.
Beyonce's a legacy act. So if you got to choose between Travis Scott and Beyonce, the black women and men are going to Beyonce because your girl want to see Beyonce. Right. And then everybody else who ain't a tweener, who ain't 12, anybody who grew up in Taylor Swift is going to see Taylor Swift. Like her shows show out everything. Remember, she broke Ticketmaster 3 times trying to get a ticket sold because they just gone immediately.
Ticketmaster breaks on its own.
So like that's what happened to Baby. He was touring, and then he tried to come over here and he's competing with the 3 biggest monsters on the planet. Of course you're gonna lose, bro. And by the way, notice how I didn't name Drake, who has been on the tour for the last 6 weeks. He's also on tour. You've never seen nothing. I didn't even say Drake because while he's a monster, he don't even do numbers that Beyonce and Taylor do. But Drake is also on tour, bro. So like, no, Lil Baby, you're not eating.
I know outside. I said that earlier. You said no. Because you was trying to say Lil Durk. But yeah, I had said Drake too. Yo, what's this Sound of Freedom, y'all? What's up, Francisco? Frank, what's goody? You know about that?
What?
What's Sound of Freedom? You said.
I don't know.
What about Sound of Freedom, y'all? Y'all talk about that yet?
Talk
about it. Selling out the Garden. Drake too. Yeah, he be selling out the Garden. The Garden, man, what a nostalgic place to go and perform. That's got to be crazy. Because you don't only hear music people talk about. You hear like every sport, wrestlers, like basketball, anybody. The Garden is like, there's something magical about it. When you go there, it definitely feels a little different. Oh, trafficking kids, that whole thing. It's a movie about trafficking kids. That's something that just needs to be brought to the forefront, because I think the more people talk about that and make the awareness up. Like, I'm in hospitality, so like I'm up on that. We have to take classes on what to look out for and like things to do and steps to take if we see certain signs of that and all that. But I think more people should become more hip to that game, and I think movies like that are necessary. Though it's cringy to watch that. Like, I don't like watching that stuff because I know it's real. It's not like it's like made up shit. Like that shit is really happening out here. You know what I mean? So like, I think to bring up the awareness, that's why those movies come out like that. So I hope that they serve that purpose, because like, regular old folk can help stop all this stuff just by just picking up the phone, like, yo, I've seen this, and just letting people know. But yeah, that's one of them real life talks, man, that ends up getting a little, it makes me get in my feelings with stuff like that. That and animals, man. I get upset. So anyway, do better, everybody. Like we always say out here. So we were talking about music. Nas Magic 2 dropped on Friday. He's your favorite artist, one of your favorite artists. Did he do you some justice on Magic 2? What did you think? Talk about it.
It's a cool album.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got some notes I really like. It's a cool album. Abracadabra's that shit. I like the shit with him at 21. One mic, one gun. That shit is fire.
Yeah.
Nah, he got some joints up here. I was pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, me too. I have to state the obvious because I do love him and all his antics, but what in the world was 50 Cent talking about on his verse?
So 50 gave us 8 bars.
What was he doing though, bro?
And then he ran out of shit to say, so he ad-libbed for the next 30 seconds. It was so cringe. It was so cringe listening to him ad-lib and not actually finish his verse. And then the hook came back, and I was like, if you're gonna just let 50 talk shit and the song fade out, cool.
That's fine.
But he actually finished ad-libbing and then the hook came back. I was like, what the fuck is this bullshit? That
Yo,
was the worst song on the album, bro.
Yeah, like not and it's all 50's fault. I feel like it's all 50's fault. You
But
know
he
what I mean?
sounded trash. He didn't say shit. He
Nah.
sounded horrible.
Listen, I'm gonna be real with you. Okay?
Like he sounded terrible.
Hold up. Let me. This is a real fan. All right, so let me tell you.
Get it.
I pressed play on Magic 2. I'm just letting it rock, and I got to
Mhm.
listen to it the right way in my car, cruising around, listening to the joint. Right. So I listened to the whole thing straight through. And when I was done, I was like, yo, that was pretty dope. I kind of liked it. I was like, and I felt like it ended strong. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, oh, that was pretty good. And then like I started listening later on. I started listening to some like reviews on it, whatever. And I come across a couple podcasts, and a couple of them in a row were like, oh, everything was dope. They were like, I don't know what 50 was, and they were hating on 50 heavy. And I'm like, why they hate on 50 so much? So I went back and I played that track, and I'm sitting there listening to it, and I'm like waiting like for 50's verse to come on. I'm listening, and bro, you ever like intently, like you're sitting there like, and you want to hear the verse, so like you're like really tuned in, and you're trying to hear all the words, and everybody shut up. Yo, I did that, and I'm like, what? Like, what are you doing? Like, I thought he was doing like an intro to his verse, but it ended up being the verse. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. 50, you really shit on that one, man. That was,
for the record, that's your man's. You constantly defending him, and I keep telling you how trash he been.
I love him,
That
but
shit
man,
was trash. I expect, when you asked me about it, what did I tell you? No, I'm not looking forward to this. I know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
50 trash. He can't rap.
It was bad, man. That was bad. Bad.
If you ever,
I like the
if you ever
song
thought
motion
that
too.
a rapper can get washed up, go listen to that 50 verse. That is a rapper who is washed.
Who's not even, I don't even know if he's trying anymore, bro. I don't even know if he's trying.
The
you know
nigga
what I'm saying?
Nas 8 bars and then just ran out of lyrics and just ad-libbed.
Of hot, like my boy
like
Monster says it, junk stain. That's what Monster would call it. He called that junk stain.
You know what I'm saying? Bunch of two Queens niggas. Yeah, nigga, we rich. Hey, yo. Hey, yo, Jungle, where we going? We got money. We rich. Yeah, Queens.
Yo, it was bad. Listen, the song motion is dope, though. I agree. What y'all think about 6ix9ine and Kodak? So I asked that question yesterday, and I was like, hell no. 6ix9ine and Kodak. What about them? I don't even know. I don't keep up with those two at all. Do you know?
How did you feel about Magic? You didn't give your take.
I like it. I thought it was dope. I thought Nas came to play. I like the fact that he switched up his flows a bunch of times. The beats was good. Concepts were solid. You know, I think you're always gonna get that with Nas. He's not too boring with it. He tries to get introspective on things from different perspectives and stuff. So you can always appreciate that. Nah, I thought I was happy with it, man. I was right there. I'm it's a nice follow-up to what he's been doing and stuff. So he's a very talented man.
Do you think Hit Boy saved him? Because I feel like the way Nas was rapping right now, he need to retire. And this is not because he's bad, but because he's not talking about shit. And I think this is what Jay-Z realized when he ran out of shit to talk about. When you listen to 444, he was telling you about buying property in Dumbo and buying $10 million payments, so they turn into $20 million payments. It's like, no, like this ain't it for us. This not it. You feel me? And I think he recognized that. He just like, I'm gonna give you one verse a year, talking from my throne. That's about all I really need to say. Nas need to stop because this album ain't nothing but about him and what he used to do. How he used to get it and how he been around for 30 years, which is what the last 3 albums been about. Got it. It's over. If you want to end on Magic 2, I'm happy. Please don't give me an album at 50 years old doing this again. You've given us 5 albums in 4 years. You had a hell of a closing chapter of your rap career. You're 49 years old. It's over. Because if you do another one of these, talking about how you used to run it and what you used to do 30 years ago, I'm no longer a Nas fan.
Now that
he saved them, the cadences, the flows, not the words. To me,
to to Frank's point in question, the fact that he raised his batting average.
Not a
Does
lot.
that-
That mean he
does
just
that-
dropped 5 albums in 4 years. His batting average went up by 2
2 out of-
points.
He went 2 for 5, right? Or like 3 for 5, 2 for
He
5.
went
What would
2
you
for
say?
5 after being 4 for 15.
Because I if I said 3 for 5, I would say Kings Disease, KD3, and this last one. I would say would be 3 for 5.
He didn't do no streams. He didn't do no numbers.
But did you like it though? The question is, did you like it though?
No, but I've told you this already. Like, not really. Not
I
really.
I like Kings Disease 3. I like 3 better than 2.
Magic, the first Magic was cheeks. I know some of y'all be trying to like make it.
No,
make
Magic.
sense.
I didn't like Magic. Nah, the first one I didn't like. Yeah, nah. This one is good.
KD2 was horrible.
Yeah, KD3 was better.
KD3 was better than 2. I agree.
Yeah,
but I don't think it was on King's Disease 1 or this album's level. I think this is a really good album.
Yeah, no, Magic and KD1 for me. 2 for 5, 100%.
So like,
100%.
If he 2 for 5 after being
what up? So
3 or 4 of 17,
mm-hmm.
he like 6 of 21.
Mm-hmm.
That's dirt, nigga. Like that's dirt numbers, bro. That's like, hold up, Gabe. This ain't a batting average conversation. That's dirt numbers, bro. That's 3 of 11, 3 of 12, 25%. 1 out of every 5 of your albums is cool. I mean, 4 out of 5 is ass. That's not good, bro. Bro, if I drop 5 albums and 4 of them is doo-doo, that's not good.
Yeah. Let me ask you. Next month, in the month of August,
yeah,
all right, there's gonna be a lot of drops in the month of August. But 2 that I took note of was Chief Keef coming out with Almighty So 2. Okay. But then I saw Joyner Lucas, Not Now, I'm Busy.
Yeah, can't wait. I've been listening to the tracks off that project. Can't wait.
Right? Joyner, right?
Good. Yeah.
Were you ever a Chief Keef fan?
Hell no.
Oh, okay. Because he got a lot of fans out here. He got a lot of fans.
Kids love his ass. Absolutely.
They love him.
They also love NBA Youngboy, who's also terrible. So I'm okay with that.
I know. But yeah, man, I'm looking forward to Joyner Lucas, man. I'm looking forward to that. Not Now, I'm Busy coming out in August.
I like that I made you a fan of his.
Yeah, no, I really like that last joint, man. He really did it. He really did that on that. Yo, I finally went to the Newburgh Casino.
I'm sorry. You went to the New York Boardwalk? I mean, the Newburgh slot machines?
Yeah, the Newburgh slot machines. Angie and I went. I went twice. And now
hold on.
even.
You went back after going the first time?
Yes, it's actually nice in there. It's nice. It's got
what do you
nice
mean
atmosphere.
When you say nice? Nice to look at?
Yeah, like aesthetically, it's aesthetically pleasing, like the layout. You know what I'm saying? It's got a cool like circular like big bar in the middle.
Right. That used to be the checkout counter at Bonton.
Yeah.
I can't stop seeing Bonton when I look at this. It's Bonton. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Sorry, get your shit off.
No. I'm just saying, for anybody who had apprehensions about going over there, Angie and I, we enjoyed ourselves. We first time we went in there, we was there for about half hour, 45 minutes. We left with day money. All right. Okay. And then we had a good time. So then we went back a few days later and they took all their money back. But
what? Do they have tables with actual people on them?
No, it's all electronic. But they do have all the games though.
But you can't play poker on a machine. Like,
what up, Socia?
Yeah. So what are you playing? Like, or you just like trying to match hitting the button and seeing the number spin?
Well, I do appreciate electronic roulette so long as there's a physical wheel there.
Okay. Do they have
that? Yeah.
Okay.
So that part I like, you know what I'm saying? And I could just sit there and play that the whole 2 hours I'm there. You know what I'm saying?
Going red, black, red, black.
Red, black, red, black. But I got my set numbers too. You know what I mean? So I do my set numbers first. If y'all want a little in the mind of Gabe when I'm gambling, I got my set numbers. I don't jump around and get feelings and all that. I got my numbers that I play. And if my numbers aren't hitting, then I start playing with the red, black and just doing like the outside stuff and the middle third and all that sort of thing. You know what I mean?
What's the payouts on red, black?
It's just 1-to-1.
1-1.
Yeah.
All right.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
All right.
Cormega new album is uplifting. Cormega got a new album. See, I learned something new every day, Blackout, on this show, and I did not know. What up, Sosa? Sosa said yo twice, and I'm gonna tell you, yo, Sosa, welcome to the show.
What up, cuz? So because it's 50-50 when you do red black and they playing 1-1. So you ever thought about taking a stack in there and just putting it all in red and see if you get that 2 stack and then leaving?
Mm-hmm.
Or like that's too much of a risk for your blood. How you feel?
It has proven to be too rich for my blood because I've never done it, but I have pondered that many times. Like, what's stopping me from just walking in here? I want to say I'm walking in with 200 that I want to gamble. Why don't I just walk up to the roulette table, catch a feeling, and put it on red or black, and that's gonna dictate my rest of my day. You know what I'm saying? I've contemplated that many times, and I've never done it. I'm too pussy when it comes to. I think I'm gonna lose all my money. So once I start thinking about that, then I don't like that vibe, so I don't do it.
The reason why I asked is because there's a version of roulette that's called escalator, like you said, escalating version. So it starts off at paying you at 0.75.
Okay.
So you bid $1 to win 75 cents. But the kicker is every time you win, that 0.25 is added on if you ride with what you won on. So if when it's red black, so if you won on black and you keep it there, the next time it's 1-1, the next time it's 1.25, the next time it's 1.5.
Oh,
it's called an escalator.
Gotcha. I never
if you let it ride. Before. Yeah.
Never. It's fun, huh? Where you played that at?
Atlantic City.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is that the first time? I've never heard of that before.
The first time I ever played it, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's the odds are not 50-50 though. There's green. Yeah, of course.
Of course.
Yeah. No, we know the odds, they ain't never gonna do nothing that is in your favor to play. All you could do, I think the best thing to do when you gamble at a casino is set a limit before you walk in. You know what I'm saying? That's probably number one to do.
Don't visit the ATM. If it ain't in your pocket already, you can't spend it.
Correct. You know what I'm saying? Just set your limit before you walk in. And I would just say stick to your guns. If you got a strategy and you're doing it a certain way, do it that way. Because I have never been madder. I was playing blackjack, right? And you know how some blackjacks, they come up and they got the little side bet and you put your $1 or $5 there and if such and such happens, and you get paid out on that. It's crazy payout. So one day I'm sitting there and I was like, fuck it, I'm just going to play this thing every time. So I was playing like a $10 table and I was putting $10 on the bet and $5 on that. So it was a $15 bet every time. And I kept doing it. I did it like, I must have done it, bro, like maybe 8 or 9 hands in a row. I did it, right? And like 3 in a row, I wasn't getting nothing. I hit it once or twice, but then I wasn't getting nothing. I pulled it. Boom. Aces come out, matching aces come out that I get, and it would have been like, I put $5, it would have been like 1,700 and something. You know what I'm saying? I've never been madder. The only other time I was madder is the day that I went to the casino on my birthday. Angie, we went to the roulette table. I wanted to put $50 on either red or black. I ended up putting it on, I think, red. Angie, while the thing is spinning, runs over to me and she's like, but how don't you put it on 28? 28 is like, it's your birthday. And I'm like, yo, you're right. And all bets closed. Boom. 28 popped out, bro. I would have had 50 on 20. I would have had another 1,700 right there.
Gotcha. Well, look, this ain't the gamble cast. I was just curious that you went to the Newburgh Mall and played with the machines.
Listen, let me talk my.
Where the game is rigged and you have less. While the chances are already not in your favor, the computers, you don't even have the element of chance because it's programmed. Like once every 17,437 spins, someone hits the jackpot. Once every 531, somebody wins $10. So it's programmed already. And then there's a randomizer. So like it can happen sooner, but then there's a limit that it can't happen again if you run 3 in the same week for like the next 6 months. And I'm using general terms to give people an idea of how the computers work. So like
algorithm,
at least on the table, there is an element of chance.
True.
The ball can bounce and hit black 12 times in a row.
Yeah.
Possible.
I've seen it. I've seen it.
All right. Hats off to you. Whenever you're ready to go to Monticello and run that bag up, come with me. My poison is poker. I told you this. I play Texas Hold'em.
And you play Texas Hold'em like you actually play Hold'em against other people, or you're playing just against a dealer?
Okay. Other people, and I whoop they motherfucking ass. you know why? And I'm not even gonna be funny, and it's not a race thing, but it is a race thing. Because when I go to Monticello, everybody at my table is a middle-aged white man, and they just assume I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, which is hilarious.
Yeah,
and I be cleaning they ass the fuck up, bro. Let me tell you something. I be looking so nervous. I be having pocket kings. I be like, like I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. They be like, oh, this motherfucker. I be whooping a motherfucking ass. Playing off their prejudices is what you gotta do. Get that bag up.
Yo, sometimes it be like that.
Come to Monticello with me one day, bro, and we can run a table. And you could do $2 table. We can just have fun, but you can watch me smoke these niggas because really you playing them. You're really playing the people. You're not playing the board.
Right. So how does that work though? It's not like a tournament you're entering?
No, you're just playing the table. They have a tournament, but you're just playing the table.
Oh, okay. So and anybody can leave at any time. So like if you win 4 hands in a row, you're like, all right, I'm done with this. I'm out. You can just leave.
Absolutely. And then somebody will take their spot because they're waiting to queue up. There's 8 people to a table.
Oh wow. That's interesting. I didn't know it was like I thought every time I saw people playing Texas Hold'em in a casino that they were part of a tournament.
Not at all. Those tables just run. You're playing against the other 7 people, and people will cycle in and out. People will take breaks and like go to lunch or dinner for an hour and then come back.
That's interesting.
Somebody will take their spot in their rotation. Shit like that.
Copy. Let me take this time out to say what's up to our sponsors. You know what I mean? What up, sponsors? It's House of Barbers. He tells me he is ready to go in August. That man is actually going away for a little while. And when he comes back, Sal is opening up House of Barbers right there next to Maris High Park. Y'all gonna love that. Go see Sal, my man, House of Barbers. And of course, Allcrete, all your concrete placement needs. I'm not kidding. Sidewalks, your garage floors, your basement, the foundations. You want to do a parking lot. You got a building you want to put up. You need a slab put down because you're going to put a barn on it. You're going to, whatever you got to do in the backyard. You want to make it look nice. You got a pool you want poured. All that stuff. Concrete placement stuff. It's Allcrete. Hit up my peoples. Allcrete. Look them up on the internet. Allcrete Concrete Placement LLC. My man Ernie. You see the number on the screen. 845-413-9459. Shout out to the sponsors. And we're gonna take me off. There we go. And then shout out to WAP the Music, Culture Shock Radio, Cuzzo FM, and the Tattoo Shop Radio, all powered by Zeno.fm. Shout out to the Village Global Network, VGN. We in the building. Man, we out here rocking, bro. Listen, this Saturday it's going down. I still don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know where I'm going to be watching this. I'm kind of playing it last minute because I think I can order the pay-per-view at any time. This Crawford Spence fight, bro. I'm about it. I've been watching everything. I've been watching all the predictions. I've been watching everybody talk about it. I am so amped for this fight. I don't know how you feel about boxing. We haven't talked too much about that. Are you a big boxing fan or not really?
It's cool. Good fights are good fights.
Good fights. This should make for a good fight. Agreed?
Yeah. I mean, Spence will whoop his ass, but yes.
See, I'm what's going on, Kimmy? Listen, I'm with Francisco. I think that Crawford got this, man. I really
boy
do.
Too old, too slow.
I don't think he's slow, and I don't think he's old, man.
Nah,
that boy is 39-0 with 30 KOs, walking people
against chumps.
They're not chumps, bro.
He ain't beat nobody.
Nah, he beat everybody he had to. He
got that paper belt. Get out of here, Gabe.
He does
paper ass belt.
Listen, he about to have all 4 of them. He
about to have that same one and lose it.
He's about to have 4 of them. Yo, listen, I think that Spence is what? Who's what?
Who's the lineal champ?
Him. Spence.
Who?
Right? Spence.
What's his name?
Earl Spence.
Thank you. That means the man who beat the man. Where did Crawford pick up that trash ass belt from? Who he beat for that? Remind me again.
It was a vacated belt that he had to fight for, I think.
So he beat nobody.
But he beat his ass. Whoever it was, he beat his ass. Listen, and he beat up your boy Sean Porter. And he beat up Cale Brock.
Cale was already done. Porter been a fluke, but Cale was already done when he met him. It was done.
He stopped Porter though. Spence did not stop him. He had like the fight of his life to get out of there with the 12-round victory.
You're right. That was a close fight. But
why did Crawford make it look so easy?
Who's the lineal champ?
It sounds like the kid Errol.
Whoop his ass. It's gonna be a good fight though. I'm with you, bro.
He said Earl.
So you ordering the fight, right? Basically what you're saying.
I don't know. I just don't know what's going around town. You know what I mean? It's much easier to just, sit in my living room and just watch it. But that also means I can almost guarantee you, Black, 98% chance that if I'm at my crib watching that fight on pay-per-view, I'm going to be asleep.
Gotcha.
Pay nothing. I'm going to pay all that money to watch nothing. Watch my eyelids. You know what I'm saying? So if I go out to watch it, I'll be up. I'll watch the whole joint. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I don't know. It depends, man. If I have people over, maybe that's one way, I can get that done. I know Zen Lounge had a dope little setup last time, and that's kind of close to me, Over there in Newburgh, Buffalo Wild Wings, man, on 300, they usually have the fight on.
Yep. Middletown Buffalo Wild Wings got their fight going. Jay's got the fight going. There's a few spots.
Yeah. So I don't know. The more I think about it, the more I think I'm gonna step out for it. Just to watch Crawford take this win. I don't know if he's gonna knock him out. He probably will, because Spence will take a chance, I think, at some point. And I think Crawford's gonna be ready for him. And that's gonna be a good night for Spence. But that's tough to say, man. I've watched a bunch of footage on him. And it's not like this kid Spence is just some schmuck. Like this kid is different. He's nice. He's nice with it. I do agree with what people say, though. He seems to be a little different after that accident, bro. That accident was real. Did you see the footage of that accident he was in? One car?
Nah.
Bro. He was flipping down the street in a white Ferrari or some shit like that, bro. When I say flipping down the street, I mean literally flipping down the street in this car. You know what I'm saying? And he really, he ain't been the same. He ain't been the same Spence since. He still got it because he's just got the talent naturally. But we're gonna see. I think it's gonna be a new undisputed. What are they? Welterweights now? Is that welterweight? Welterweight champion Terrence Bud Crawford. Gonna take that W. Watch, you see. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Thank you, sir, for your predictions. Can I ask you a question before we talk about one of these top 50 people?
Sure.
Because I think it's a cool question. Hold on, let me share my screen. Let me share this screen right quick.
While you're doing that, can we talk about how I put up a picture of myself in a hoodie, looking all handsome? And everybody in my picture, like, is that AI? It's like, why is it AI? Why you look so good? What the fuck do you mean?
Because you put a filter on your joint, bro.
I didn't. Hold up. For the last time, I didn't.
You filtered.
Time out. I didn't do shit. The photographer took the damn photo.
And they filtered it, and it looks like
they always
AI.
tweak pictures. They tweak pictures.
Listen, they put a filter on it like a little girl. You want to put little star really emojis.
Ain't none of that shit going on
around. A little
that shit going on.
One little like starburst. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
A little in the eye, the pupil of the eye, a little starburst. Look, he's a star. Oh my God. Crazy. Listen, they're gonna hate when you're handsome.
That's really what it is.
Remember that. So let me ask you this question, man. This was a cool question from last week that we didn't get to. And I want to see if we could get to it now. Hold on. Let me get the cool stuff out of the way right quick. Shout out to VGN Network. King Blackout and Gabriel. What legend that passed away would have had the biggest career? This is coming from Dre Wappingers. I know Dre and Wappingers. Interesting question posed just for the sake of conversation, right? So when I think about legends that passed away, we have some very recent ones, right? Unfortunately, then you have like the ones that you always think about, right? And I tend to gravitate towards that conversation only because the nostalgia for me for like a Biggie and a Tupac is crazy for me, right? Like height of their careers, like not even for Biggie, was it really even the height? Like he could have, I think that could have went more. Interesting. What comes to mind? You don't have to give a name right now, but kind of like I just did. What comes to mind when somebody poses a question like that? For thought, food for thought type of question.
Team me up, bro. Give me context. What are you looking for? I don't know what you mean by that.
Like, if somebody's like, yo, a legend that passed away, like what comes to mind? What's a legend that passed away?
My first question is what do you mean by legend?
I
What's
think
the context?
I think when they say legend, I think they're referring to more people like the Tupacs. I think this is a Tupac Biggie question, to be honest with you. Like Tupac, Biggie, Big Pun, like those
That's not really
three.
interesting, man. But okay, I guess. So legend means old. Which person died a long time ago who would have had a great career? Is that what this means, basically?
Yeah, I mean, like, because the recent ones are more like your Pop Smokes. You know what I mean? Was Pop Smoke on his way to a huge career that was gonna eclipse a lot?
XXXTentacion. I mean, who
You know,
owns streaming? Juice
right?
World, who owns streaming still.
Juice World's a
Been there
great
for
one.
years.
Yeah.
So, like, when you say legend, what do you mean? Do you mean old? You mean like died a long time ago? Because that's a different conversation.
Yeah. Let's just take it. Let's just take it. What rapper? Let's change one word in there, and let's say what rapper passed away, in our opinion, that would have had the biggest career to date. Who was on their way? Juice WRLD, you think? Because that's a good one.
That kid was destroying streaming.
Mm-hmm.
Was like destroying. He's the most stream. Matter of fact, I can't even say that because XXXTentacion was just as big, which is kind of crazy for somebody who didn't even have an album out. Like he would put out 40-second songs, right? He'd get 50 million streams in a day. It didn't make any sense what he was doing. I don't know. I guess this conversation is like Biggie, Pac, Pun. And I just think if Biggie stayed alive with the Bad Boy Machine behind him with Puffy, he would have ultimately won that as far as popularity. I think that because Pac was aligned with Suge and them, that would eventually hit the road his career anyway. Just the people he was around would have sidetracked him.
Right.
I think Puffy the businessman would have kept Big where he needed to be, and Big would be that guy. I think Pun dying, and I don't mean this disrespectfully. I mean respectfully. I mean this. I think Pun dying. People were able to look at him more like, it's gonna sound cruel, but hear me out, like a martyr. Like, you know how somebody who dies for a cause, their mystique is raised because of that death. Because Pun was Latino and was one of the first to really break through being Latino and rap. Him dying almost propelled him into the stratosphere, like because he became like synonymous with him.
It immortalized him. That's all.
Yeah. So I don't know if Pun would have turned into Hove, because I think a lot of people have done that, and have fallen off. Not saying he would have. I'm just saying, like, business wise, I think Puffy and Biggie as a tandem would have just ran shit, and I think Pac would probably have been bigger if he wasn't with Death Row. But it's probably that Death Row mystique that made him just as big as he was, like this person who is hard as shit but talk like he got sense.
Right. I always gravitate towards Big in that conversation, because the way he had the hip hop world captivated, had he been able to continue that, I think he would have figured out, along with Puff, how to be even more in every home and be generally accepted by everybody. You know what I mean? I think they would have figured that out for Big, because I think Big was willing to do that. I think he was willing to take those steps to be, a household name. Like, there's no reason why he wouldn't have been as popular, if not more popular, than Snoop. You know what I'm saying? Like, Snoop to me is like one of the most recognizable, most famous rappers of all time, right? I think he could have been that. So with and I do agree with you what you say about Pun. I do think him dying kind of adds to the mystique of him, because he was such a potent lyricist. You'll always have that, oh man, if he was alive, what would he have said now? You know, what would he pen now? You know what I mean? You'll always have that because he was such a lyricist like that. That was his thing, playing with the words, you know what I mean? So you'll always have that, and that adds to it when you can't hear the new creation anymore. They're always gonna have that what if, you know. So here we are arriving at Top 50 Talk at 8:06 p.m. Eastern Standard Time over here in New York. So What We Talking About podcast every Tuesday, 7 p.m. Make sure you're tapping in with us. We've been doing the top 50 list for damn near the whole season almost. Having some fun with it. It's a list comprised of not the best hip hop artists, but the most successful solo hip hop acts of all time, right? So any year, and I want to talk to you about something when I say any year. Any year is eligible, man, woman. No group is eligible. No duo is eligible.
Nope.
One half of a duo is eligible.
Yep.
Sure. Can Method Man be talked about out of Wu-Tang Clan? Yes. Can Wu-Tang Clan be added to the list? No. Pretty simple. It's pretty simple when it comes to that. So this list is broken up into 5 tiers. Tier 1's almost done. And for everybody listening in MP3 world, I'm gonna read this off real quick to you guys. So I think you guys
MP3. Yo, Gabe, we are streaming. No one's on the MP3s, bro. We just streaming.
That's what I'm sending to them to listen to. So okay. So in no order, but in this order tier wise. Okay. So in tier 1, in no particular order.
Go backwards just so that they don't think we're doing it in the order. Start from the bottom, bro.
Nelly, T.I., Missy Elliott, LL Cool J, Lil Wayne, Eminem, Drake, Kanye, and Jay-Z make up 9 of the 10 entries in tier 1. Most successful solo hip-hop artists all time. Tier 2 is comprised of Kendrick Lamar, Snoop, Ludacris, Biggie Smalls, Nicki Minaj, Tupac, and Nasir Jones. They make up 7 of the 10 in the top tier 2 list, right? So tier 3, we have Will Smith, we have Jeezy, we have 50 Cent, DMX, Fabulous, and Future. That's 6 people of 10 in tier 3. Then in tier 4, we have Puff Daddy, Fat Joe, Ja Rule, Busta Rhymes. 4 people out of 10 in tier 4. And again, in tier 5, we have 4 people representing that so far. They are Lauryn Hill, Rick Ross, Ice Cube, who's been in the news like crazy. Shout out to him and the Big 3 and everything he's got going on with that. And the one and only Pink Panther himself, Cameron, rounds out our list right now. So if you add this all up, it's 10, it's a 21. We have 30 of the top 50 recognized and written down on our list so far. So that's where we're at. And every week we
slots left.
20 slots left.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the way it is. So when it comes to this list, you know, we got to have some good conversation behind it. You can't just be throwing people up there. Some people have been debated and some people didn't make it, and others were on the fence and made it after some debating. So let's get into it. We have to do one of the most successful, I think, like on paper, he's one of the more successful rappers of all time. But the discussion around him might be a little interesting. And who I'm talking about is the boy wonder himself, Lil Bow Wow, who does not like to be called Lil Bow Wow anymore. It is just Bow Wow. When I say to you, Blackout, and now mind you, everybody, Blackout is a hip hop artist. He stands about 6'4", a good, nice, trim 230 pounds. When I bring up Lil Bow Wow to you, it's a successful hip hop artist, you say?
GOAT.
He's a GOAT? Talk about it.
GOAT. Bow Wow is the most successful juvenile artist of all time. Not even close. most successful artist under the age of 18 in the history of the genre, and it's not even close. Agreed?
It's not even that I have to agree. That's what the numbers say.
That's just factual.
Yeah, there's just numbers behind that.
Has more top 10 hits than half the niggas on this list. Agreed? Yeah. So when you say Bow, I think it's easy because he was a kid doing this to realize that he a 35-year-old man now and that he accomplished more before he even hit puberty than some of these niggas accomplished in their whole career. It's kind of crazy, bro.
How much credit do you take away because of the guidance and influence?
None.
Of
This
Jermaine.
much. You even got to finish that thought. Zero. Because it doesn't matter if his sound is crafted. So is every pop artist of all time. So is 90% of the rappers you know. Everybody's crafted. Everybody's guided. Everybody's given helps. Fabulous don't make beats. You know what I mean? It's like 3 niggas on this list that do their whole work. Like Kanye make beats. You know what I mean? He rap, he sing, he make beat, he do it all. You know what I mean? Jay-Z don't make beats. So it don't even like the whole guidance and crafting and stewardship don't even matter in Bow Wow's conversation. It don't matter if he didn't write half of that shit. It don't fucking matter. And now over time, it has come out that as he got older, he wrote more and more of his own stuff. So yeah, Jermaine had a hand in that, but like after album number 2, it was Bow. Like that's just facts, and they talked about that in public. So like, do I take away from Bow from being a kid and having Jermaine Dupri help guide him? No. Do we take away from Biggie from having Puff? No. Like we just don't do that.
Right. So with that said, now just thinking about the artist Bow Wow, right? Yes, he's been a part of some very big songs, you know what I'm saying? More on the R&B type of, feature type of deal. You know what I mean? He's had his own rap songs that have gone good, Does he have a classic album?
Yeah.
He does.
Yeah.
Does he?
Yeah.
He doesn't for me. I'm just gonna tell you flat out. Like
I figured that you wouldn't think that because you like
that wasn't my cup of tea.
I get why you say that. So let me leave it like this. I'm okay with you saying he doesn't have a classic album. I don't think he would have a classic album to grown-ups.
Okay.
What I'm saying is context is important. So when Bow Wow dropped these albums, he was a teenager. And I think the people who was listening to him as teenagers would say, oh, that's a classic album. I think you have to look at him through the proper lens. You can't grade him against 25-year-old ears. That's not who the music was for. Yeah.
But everybody on our list has a classic album. Well, not everybody. Everybody that has a classic album on our list right now is recognized by everybody as a classic album.
Because everybody that who's on this list besides Bow Wow was an adult being listened to by adults. So
the first album was a classic. That shit shook everywhere I was a kid.
It absolutely. And that's exactly where I was going. Bro, Beware of Dog.
He had that joint with Snoop.
Well, that's my name. Little Bow Wow. I mean, the shit was number 1 on the charts for like a month, bro. That Bounce With Me shit with Escape was number 1 in the world. Let's go through some of these joints. Puppy Love was a top 20 song.
The basketball joint.
Ghetto Girls was a top 20 song. Thank You with Jagged Edge was a top 20 song. Take You Home was a top 20 song. He had that joint Basketball with Jermaine and Fabulous and all them. That shit, Let's Get Down was a top 10. My Baby with Jagged Edge was a top 10. Let Me Hold You was the number 1 song in the country. Like You with Sierra was the number 1 song on the planet. Pop, rock, all that. Number 1 on the planet. Fresh as I'm Is was a top 10 song. Shorty Like Mine was the number 1 song on the planet, regardless of genre. I Can Stop. Out of My System with T-Pain was number 2 on the rap charts. I'm a Flirt with R. Kelly was number 1 on the planet.
How about
so like
when you think about him in the context of this list, where are you comfortable saying he belonged then? He was given the ball, and this is what he did with it. Are you tempted?
Bow Wow from 12 to 18 ran his generation. He made his own niche, right?
I can't even imagine.
Became Mr. 106 in Park.
Jesus Christ.
What's up?
I can't even imagine how much vagina that kid got.
All of it.
He got all
Bruh,
of it.
exactly. Yo, tell him, cuz Puppy Love was a classic. First album was a classic. He got like 15 top 20 songs. It's
So
ridiculous.
who?
He borderline tier one. The only thing that doesn't get it from me is the longevity. He don't got that. As far as the other people on that list, he don't got the longevity, which is why for me he falls into tier two. But he's definitely tier two and not lower.
Doesn't he share the same longevity as a Nelly though?
No, nah. Nelly had a decade, and Nelly ran hip hop. Like Bow Wow ran his segment, but while he was popping, Nelly was running hip hop. There's a difference.
Okay, I like it.
Yeah, to me,
I like it.
Nelly ran
like
hip hop.
I like it.
But like, did you hear the number ones, the top 10?
I did.
Like, it's pretty fucking sick, dog. Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, your first 4 albums go platinum, double platinum, double platinum. The fuck? You 14 doing this?
3 platinum albums and 2 gold albums in his career, right?
Yeah,
that's where he's at.
Yeah.
What was his highest selling? What, he didn't go diamond or nothing. What was it? Was like three times platinum?
3 times platinum.
Yeah, that's what I remember seeing.
Yo, cuz say it again. Hearing those numbers is actually outstanding to hear because you don't think about it like that. But I just named off a legit dozen hits. Like hits. Like we was rocking, we was at the dances doing them shits. You know what I mean? We was in the whips playing them shits.
Yeah.
You ain't riding, you ain't bumping like I'm bumping, you ain't saying nothing, shorty, you ain't fresh or something. That shit was hard. Yeah.
Right. Because you was there. No, that's why I love this. The whole support that we have with this show is dope. And we have like every like age group covered. You know what I'm saying? I love that. I'm not mad at it, man. I know Bow Wow was gonna end up really high on the list. I was really contemplating, giving him that last spot because I'm like, when I started looking at the tier 2, the only one that really like was able to match him with what he had going on song for song would be probably Nicki, then Ludacris.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
And the more I look at, like if Nicki gave us one more album with like 3 or 4 more bangers, like she moves to tier 1 for me. Like she's so close.
2 girls in there,
yeah, she's so close to me. But it's the fact that she only got 4 albums. It's like, what you doing?
Nah, she did it though, man. Like, salute to her. And like I say, we mentioned her earlier because of the whole Barbie movie, man. I just think that I love when things fall into place for, and that's one of those things, man, that fell on her lap. And I think she deserves it. She deserved that little 10-12% boost she got because of the movie. I salute to her. Next on the list, man, is this dude. For me, I've never gone through so much of a love-hate relationship with one rapper in my life, bro.
Who you got, bro?
I got the one and only half of CNN on the list. He goes by the name Noriega. He's loved by the name Nori. He's got a dope show called Drink Champs. Word. Now, I'm going to tell you 1,000%. His CNN War Report album is 100% a classic in New York. I don't know if it reached all of hip hop to be a classic for everybody, but I know for a fact that it's a classic right here in the tri-state, like a motherfucker. His second album, his solo album, I think will be considered a classic before the CNN one, just because I think he touched more people because it had all those hits on it. Noriega, for me, I hated him when he came out because I felt he was so simple and it was like he wasn't really saying nothing, and it just like didn't make sense to me until 5, 6, 7 years later, and like the songs are still playing, and I'm like, oh yeah, it is kind of catchy, and oh yeah, it does have like a good bop to it, and yeah, I do like, what I'm saying, it's like, oh, I do know all the words to this, I hated this song, Nori, man, definitely made an impact in hip hop. Definitely has kept going after the fact. I think that Drink Champs is such a great. I'm telling you right now, if I had a rap career in any way, and I was like rubbing shoulders with everybody and doing the shows and all that, I would have ended up doing what he's doing right now. Because to me, that's a dope. It's finally TV. It's just finally TV, but I know everybody already.
Fair enough.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that that's a dope contribution to hip hop. So I kind of want to include that in part of his accolade here. But when I bring up Nori to you and we're talking about the top 50 of all time, what comes to your mind?
Wow, what a start.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, what a pivot.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Wow, what a great third act.
Mm-hmm.
To me, Nori has 3 segments in his career.
He does.
It's Nori the rapper.
Yep.
Then there's Nori the Spanish rapper, musician.
Reggaeton. Yep.
Right. And then it's Nori the talking head. Not the person I expected to be around as long as he's been around and be relevant.
Me neither.
Me neither. The fact that he leaned into his personality and his contacts to create one of the most influential shows on the internet, period, is amazing.
Right.
You said it right, cuz everybody loves and respects Nori. From my understanding, just a genuinely good dude. With all that being said, Nori ain't do no work in music. Now, what I'm saying is, he gave us Super Thug. You know what I mean? He gave us classics. The War Report is classics in, and I agree. But he got like 4 songs, bro, that actually did work. He don't got no platinum albums. He got 2 gold albums. He got like 3 singles that charted top 20, maybe. I ain't even looked, but I just think I'm right.
Look it up though. Do it that justice. Because like Super Thug, Banned from TV,
I got it right here.
NORE, all those songs had to chart.
Check it out. Super Thug hit #1 on rap charts, which I knew that. It was a #1 song. Banned from TV didn't chart.
Wow.
Blood Money didn't chart. Oh No didn't chart. Grimy didn't chart.
It's true social. I love the growth too.
Nothing hit #3, which I knew Nothing would.
That was a big song for him.
Big song for him. And then it's the reggaeton shit. Oye Mi Canto, which was #8.
What's up, Sam?
And then a bunch of other reggaeton songs that did not chart. So it's exactly what I thought it was. It was, I said 3. I was being nice. It was 2 songs, Nothing and Super Thug. And he didn't have another song, period, that actually charted in the rap genre.
Thank you, Sam. I appreciate it. Let's get activated in the building. What?
Nori, stands for niggas on the run.
That's what I was saying. NORE
hit 32.
Hit 32. And the reggaeton joints didn't hit?
Just the one. That was the Oye Mi Canto, which hit #8.
I mean, that's nice. That's
nothing else.
That's a nice swoop in, though.
Sure.
You know?
I mean, not even charted at all.
Listen, for me,
you don't got it. Yeah.
Noriega, for me, he gets the super nod from me. Mostly because of what Sosa's saying. You know what I mean? The growth that he's shown just as a person, the stuff that he's willing to talk about, the fact that he puts it out there on the sleeve, you know what I'm saying? Like you almost see like what he's thinking when he's sitting there interviewing these people. And you can almost tell when he's like, all right, I gotta not say what I'm thinking right now. So I'm going to say this instead. You can almost see it happening while it's happening. And you understand why he might pivot on a certain comment, you know what I'm saying? Because it all makes sense, you know? While the impact is great, I think that he definitely shook hip hop for a little while, especially when War Report came out. They were shaking things up a little bit. But they created a lot of they did make some noise, but they created like animosity in the hip hop world, if anything, like, and people wanting to get at New York because we got these two like wilding out over here. So yeah, he don't make the list for me. And it's tough to say because New York all day, but what he's done with Drink Champs, he's gonna go down on some list somewhere with Drink Champs. That show is super dope and like you say, influential, and it definitely deserves recognition. So he'll get an honorable mention from me, but he doesn't make my top 50 list all the time. How about you?
Yeah. I like Nori as a person.
Big time.
But I also knew that musically he ain't have it. And that's okay. Like I would take Nori's musical career. I would take 3 songs in the top 30. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I would take a number 1 hit in the planet.
Hell yeah.
I would take Super Thug. I could perform that forever and get bread off of.
Yeah.
I would take that. And the fact that he parlayed those connections to just sitting back, chilling, and getting paid to just talk with his friends is fucking dope. So like, shout out to Nori, respect to Nori, respect to CNN as a whole. But musically, he's one of those people who is regional, and because that region happens to be New York, we look at him different because we're New Yorkers.
No, it's true, and that's why these conversations have to happen like this, where we kind of like talk it out and we hear ourselves saying certain things. You know what I'm saying? And what I'm saying is it's not blasphemy for me. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been thinking about this for a few weeks now. Like, is Nori on the top 50? And it's like the reason why I want to put it this way. This is how I made my final decision, Black. And this without looking at the numbers and just knowing that he had I thought he had probably like 4 or 5 songs that charted, because I would have thought Banned from TV 100% charted. I mean, everybody that when that song dropped, I mean, you couldn't turn on the TV without that video playing, correct?
Right,
like,
but it was New York. I knew it was New York.
Yeah, but what happened to me was I said to myself, would I even be thinking about Nori right now if Drink Champs didn't exist?
Nope.
And the answer was no. So that's how I made my decision. You know what I'm saying? Dope. His contributions are dope. And the thing is, he's not done contributing. That's the dope part. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. So
that's the dope part. He's contributing in other ways. Shout out to the Joe Buttons of the world, Gilly the Kids and all them. And speaking of Gilly the Kid, man, RIP, had like a 20-year-old son get shot and killed in Philly, man. That was crazy.
That's crazy.
So
even with the Nori shit though, like New York get the blood money, Dirty Castle, like the fact that shit didn't chart is crazy.
Yeah, but not even on the rap chart.
Not even a little bit. Not even in the UK. I can see all the charts. No, didn't chart. Didn't even start on the chart.
It made the weekly video, hip hop video shows. It made those top 10 videos every week for months. But yeah, man,
no one was buying that shit.
No one was buying it like that. They were listening to it. They were rocking to it. They had the dub. They had the dub.
Banned from TV did chart for 1 week in the UK at 103.
There you go.
But didn't make any US charts or Germany charts.
Wow. What an interesting career for someone, because you are so right, Black, when you say you wouldn't mind his career. Because but what we're talking about is the uber successful people. And I think even Nori would look at Lauryn Hill, Rick Ross, Ice Cube, and Cameron. He might have something to say about Cameron, but
he'd be wrong.
I think he would say, yeah, I can't really say nothing about passing them in their careers. He knows he's not better than Lauryn Hill, and that he knows they're more successful than her. Rick Ross just told him on his own show. You know what I'm saying? Ice Cube, Ice Cube done he's done a lot in hip hop, period. And then Cameron, he's legendary.
Cameron had a 4-year run, and Nori didn't have a 6-month run. And that's the reality.
And arguably, Cameron had 2 classic albums.
I'm with you. Purple Haze, classic. What's your number 2?
Probably
is it Come Home With Me? Because I think Come Home With Me would be the other one people would look at like that.
Yeah. I had
Come Home With Me had all the hits. It had the old boys and all that shit.
Yeah. Oh, the one with old boy.
All that.
Yes. Yeah, 'cause I want some. I get that
Welcome
one.
to New
I
York
get
City.
the titles mixed up with the SDE. Sometimes I want to say the sports, drugs, and entertainment one, but
Right,
like
right. But that was original Cam. That didn't go down. That didn't go hard.
yeah, that has some fun songs on it though. Yeah,
I
man,
mean,
Black.
Confessions of Fire had Horse and Carriage.
Yeah, that was one of his highest charting songs.
Right.
Black. I gotta
Oh.
say, this was 91 minutes of the most intriguing conversation this town has to offer the internet. So I do appreciate you. I think we did it again right here on Finally TV's What We Talking About, airing every Tuesday, 7 p.m. Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, anywhere else I could get it going and popping at. Make sure you mess with us. Go ahead, hit that like, subscribe button. You can follow King Blackout on Instagram, Facebook as well. You can follow me, Finally TV, everywhere. I really appreciate that. We got to get out of here, but Black, a couple words before we go, sir.
Yeah, we have this list up, but it's been in my face for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And I decided to not just go off of my gut, but to actually look at the numbers.
Mm-hmm.
With one Mr. Tupac Shaker.
Mm-hmm.
Because I wanted to know if it was with my glasses that I didn't rate him high enough.
Mm-hmm. I think we got him in the right spot.
Yeah, I don't.
We got to move him.
I think we gotta move him, dog.
Uh-oh.
And I decided to not even count his posthumous albums into this equation. Just the ones that he himself had his hands on.
Right, which is only 3.
Just those, it's 4. Because until the end of time, he recorded most of that while he was alive, but he was promoting.
Okay.
Yeah. Those songs were he was dead when they came out. I don't mean it that way.
Yeah.
But it was a body of work that they had in the stash, and they pieced together to kind of finish the record.
It's more than a couple words, by the way, but go ahead.
Yeah. I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. What the fuck am I saying? I'm sorry. 4. Tupacalypse Now, Strictly for My Niggas, Me Against the World, All Eyes on Me. I meant All Eyes on Me, which was the 4th one. It came out after he died, but that was his album.
Right.
I didn't notice, bro, that all 4 of those albums, when they released, went at least double platinum. I ain't know that. I didn't know he was hitting like that when I know now after the fact, Artemis is like diamond, but that's all cheating with the streaming numbers.
Yeah.
They all went double platinum before his death.
And
that he had 10 singles in the top 20. I didn't know.
That charted, you're saying?
That charted in the top 20 before his death. I just looked at before it to understand because I know that after he died, his impact went through the roof, and that's true. Like everything that was coming out that the next 2 or 3 years was through the roof. But before his death, yeah, he had 10 songs in the top 20. So, Gabe, I guess what I'm saying here to close out this show is that I think Tupac is the missing person from the tier number 1. I don't think there's another person that we're going to name or talk about that even deserves to be in consideration. And when you got 4 albums that you worked on yourself, that's more than Biggie's 2, right? That's better than Nas's 523 batting average. I think it's Pac. His impact is there. His rivalry with Biggie is there. The movies there. The acting is there. The singles is there. The beef rappers there. Like because that was still the art of hip hop. Like first of all, what you know what I mean? Like that was part of the culture. So like after thinking about it and looking and being like, holy shit, I didn't notice, and trying to understand where the numbers stopped and where they went up. I think Tupac is tier 1. Even without the longevity. He had 6 years. And I think those 4 albums, and I think most people say that he's got 2 classics out of those 4.
What? Yeah. You were given the ball. What did you do with it?
I let me ask you this before we end. Is there anybody else that you would see in that 10th spot from tier 2? Because my only other contender, honestly, is probably Nicki, just how she's done it.
I think
I kind of lean towards Pac.
I could see,
Yeah.
if we, because like I've always looked at Luda that way. Like do we have him in the right tier? You know what I mean? Because like he's very successful out here. Like, you know, he's like very successful.
He's been playing Tej for 15 years, so
you know. So I don't know, man. I'm not mad at it. Shout out to Sosa. He's giving you credit for going back and checking the work.
Gotta make sure.
Nah, yeah, because you know we're gonna have a great discussion on this platform about this list. So you know we want to cross all our T's and dot all our I's, but I'm not mad at it. So cliffhanger is what we're gonna do. What are we going to do with Tupac? Stay tuned.
And if we make the argument for Nicki, I'm cool either way. I'm just going back, and we know who's left to talk about. I don't think there's nobody left who I can really say with a straight face would be tier one over a Tupac or Nicki. I don't think so. You have any other contenders? One who would even be close to the conversation? I can't think of them.
We've talked about a lot of the real big heavy hitters now.
That's where I'm at.
You know,
we'll see what happens next week. Besides that, we appreciate y'all for tuning in every Tuesday, 7 p.m. All your streaming channels, Facebook Lives, 7 p.m. Black People Time for Gabe, Angie, super producer, Big Ange, Hayes with a dog, that other dog that Gabe got that don't really fuck with me like that, but I'm gonna go meet Louie really, really soon. You know what I mean? For myself, for the tuners, for the viewers around the world, my cousin, I appreciate you. Sam, I appreciate you. Francisco, I appreciate you. And all y'all watching tomorrow when y'all on y'all ride home or going to work or in the shower or cutting the grass. We appreciate y'all. Until next time, salute. Be safe out there.
One.